Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are fine and safe. So, in the previous two classes, we have covered two topics, and the topics are the land resources and the soil resources. In this class, we shall continue with the chapter and we shall learn about the water as the resource. By the end of this video lesson, you will be able to discuss the importance of water as a natural resource, tell the major factors for water shortage, tell the ways for the conservation of water resources. Water. Water is a vital renewable natural resource. 3/4 of Earth's surface is covered with water. It is therefore appropriately called the water planet. It was in the primitive ocean that life began almost 3.5 billion years back. Fresh water accounts for only 2.7%. Water is so much important for all the human beings, for all of us, that a life without water cannot be imagined. The 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. That's why it is also known as water planet. The fresh water accounts for only 2.7%. We have 3/4 of water on the Earth's surface, but only 2.7% of water is fresh water, and that too 70% of 2.7% occurs as the ice sheets and glaciers in Antarctica, Greenland, and mountain regions. Only 1%, then we are left with only 1% of fresh water is available for the human consumption or for the human use. Water cycle. Water's abundance only seems to vary because it is in the constant motion, cycling through the ocean, the air, the land, and the back again through the process of evaporation and runoff. This is known as water cycle. So what happens? Here the water get evaporated and then it form the cloud. And when the cloud is formed and when it get matured, then it condense. And after the process of condensation, the cloud precipitate again on the surface of the earth. So another process is precipitation. Again it precipitate on the surface of the earth and it comes back to the same place, the river or the ocean from where it originated, from where it evaporated, and then the water is again collected there. So this process is known as water cycle. An average urban Indian uses about 150 liters of water every day. And here it is very much clear with the help of the table. You can see the use of water and liters per person per day. Drinking for 3 liter. Then cooking 4 liter. For bath it is 20 liter. And then flushing 40 liter. Washing clothes 40 liter. Washing utensils it is 20 liter, and then gardening it is 23 liter. So in total it is 150 liter of water which is used by a person in a day in India. There is an activity for you. Can you suggest some ways to bring down the excess use of water? If yes, then prepare a table and write the answer, write the methods. Problems of water availability. There is scarcity of water in many regions of the world. Most of Africa, West Asia, South Asia, parts of Western USA, Northwest Mexico, parts of South America and entire Australia are facing shortage in fresh water supply. Here with the help of world map, it will be very much clear with you all. Africa. So this part. And then we have West Asia, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Turkey. These countries, these are facing the scarcity of supply of fresh water. And then we have the parts of Western USA, Northwest Mexico. Here you can see it is Mexico. The Northwest Mexico, it is also facing the problem of water supply. And then parts of South America. This South America, it also faces the problem of water supply, fresh water supply, and then entire Australia. So these are some of the places in the world, the place which are facing the problem of fresh water supply. Major factors for water shortage. The factors are population growth. Population growth leads to high demand of water, and this is one of the major reasons behind the shortage of water. Rising demands for food and cash crops. So the growing population leads to the rising demand for the food, because if the population is high, suppose the population is increased by 2%, now those 2% people, they will also need food or cash crop or water. So that's how, for the preparation or for the agriculture of any kind of crop, the water is required. So the rising demand of food and cash crop, it also leads to the shortage of water. Then we have increasing urbanization. Increasing urbanization, it also leads to the shortage of water, as day by day different kind of industries or factories are developing. In industries and factories also, water is required. The huge amount of water is required. Rising standards of living. The rising standards of living, this is also one of the major factors behind the shortage of water. So these are some of the factors which lead to the shortage of water. Now, conservation of access to clean and adequate water sources is a major problem facing the world today. Even though water is renewable resource, its overuse and population make it unfit for use. Discharge of untreated sewage, agricultural chemicals, and industrial effluents in water bodies are major contaminants that they pollute water with nitrates, metals, and pesticides. Most of these chemicals, being non-biodegradable, reach human bodies through water. Water pollution can be controlled by treating these effluents suitably before releasing them into water. The amount of water which is available for the human consumption, even they are also polluted by the human being only, by the discharge, when we discharge the untreated sewage on agricultural chemicals and industrial effluents in water bodies. And these are the major contaminants of the water that pollute them. So basically the thing is, the human should take step, or the people should take step before releasing water into the water bodies. Forest and other vegetation covers slow surface runoff and replenish underground water. Water harvesting is another method to save surface runoff. Now, rainwater harvesting or water harvesting is the another very good technique to conserve water or to save water from the surface runoff. Water is used for irrigating fields in dry regions with high rate of evaporation. Drip or trickle irrigation is very useful. The valuable water resources can therefore be conserved by adopting these means of conservation. So many of you must have seen these sprinklers in the field, like the pipe which contain water or the supply of water. There are few holes. There are few holes in the pipe, and from those holes the water comes out, act as the sprinkler in the field. So by this method, the less amount of water is used for the irrigation purpose. Here we have some other methods for the conservation of water. Water your yard and outdoor plants early or late in the day to reduce evaporation. Mulch around the plant to hold water in soil. If you remember, in the conservation of soil, we have studied about the mulching. So mulch means putting the different materials, the different organic material, cover them to mulch around the plants to hold water in the soil. Shortest shower, 5 minutes or less is best. Install new toilets that use less than 1.6 gallons per flush. Turn off the water while soaping hand and brushing teeth. Use plants that require less water. Use a low flow shower head. Use a broom, not a hose, to clean the dryways and the walkways. So these were some other ways to conserve the water resources. Now let's take a recap of what we have studied today. Water is a vital renewable resource. Our Earth is a unique planet because it is the only planet that has water. Hence, it is also known as blue planet. Increasing urbanization, water pollution, and absence of water management are the major threat to freshwater supplies the world over. We also studied about the different ways for the conservation of water resources. Here are some questions for you. Now we shall study about the natural vegetation in the next class. Till then, have a good day.